Hello, New Covenant Community Church. Today we're going to be looking at Hebrews chapter 10, verses 11 through 14. And what we're going to pick up on is the same concepts that we've seen in the first 10 verses of this chapter, which is really a contrast between the priesthood of Christ and the priests of the Old Covenant, and how Jesus' priesthood is able to cleanse us from the inside once for all permanently versus the external cleansing, the mere external cleansing that the Old Covenant priesthood could do. So he's going to start by reflecting on every priest stands at daily service. That's just the natural language for priesthood. They serve. And what do they do when they serve? They're offering repeatedly the same sacrifices, which can never take away sins, which he's already said before. These sacrifices cannot permanently remove sins. That's what he means by take away. He's using the same language in 10:1 through 4 as he used, and then the ideas are explained more in the passage that we just looked at last time. So what do priests do? They serve. What do? They offer repeatedly the same sacrifices. Those sacrifices, they can't remove sins. The person is still a sinner afterwards. But, notice the contrast here, so the deep contrast. When Christ had offered for all time a single sacrifice, so notice the difference between these two. You've got repeatedly the same sacrifices, a single sacrifice. He sat down at the right hand of God, waiting from that time until his enemies should be made a footstool for his feet. So this is language that he's used up to this point. And this is talking about Christ's ministry. We could call it his session, which is his rule. And we could even say that he's having intercession, which is his priestly duty, praying for his people. So this is his kingly duty, his session, and his priestly duty, his intercession for his people. He's sitting at the right hand of God, and at the right hand of God he's ruling and reigning, and he's making intercession, waiting from that time until, prepositional phrase here, his enemies should be made a footstool for his feet. For by a single offering, so again there's that same concepts, by a single offering he has perfected. That's in contrast with never takes away. He's perfected for all time, not repeatedly, for all time, those who are being sanctified, those who are being made holy. So what does Christ's sacrifice do? Well, it removes sin, unlike the Old Covenant priesthood. It perfects the conscience of the worshiper. And this isn't saying that we are perfect, but this is saying that Christ, when he dies for us, he takes our sin, he appeases the wrath of God, and he puts on us his righteousness. And so what is happening when we come to know Christ, when we repent and believe in him, we are, for that once for all sacrifice that he made, he changes us from the inside. Our nature is changed. The old is gone and the new has come. And he has, instead of repeatedly offering himself, a once for all sacrifice that sanctifies, the same language that we saw in verse 10 above, sanctifies the worshiper. And I pray that is comforting to you today.